Have you noticed a certain kind of person lately? Maybe you are that person. You scroll through social media every single day. You know who got a new job, you know who is on vacation, you know who is going through a difficult breakup. But if someone looked at your own profile, they would see nothing. No updates, no new photos, no stories. Your life isn't boring. In fact, it might be more vibrant and meaningful than it has ever been. Yet you've reached a point where you simply don't want to be seen. Is this a new kind of clarity, or are you slowly fading away from the world?
Think of a moment from this past week. You took a photo. It was perfect. The light hit the room just right. The angle was exactly what you wanted. You opened your favorite app. You started typing a caption. You wrote something clever. Then you deleted it. You tried something more authentic, and you deleted that too. 10 minutes passed as you stared at that share button. Suddenly, a strange feeling hit you. You realize that the moment you post this, the experience changes. It stops being a private memory. It becomes a performance. You begin to wonder how people will react. You wonder if it looks like you're trying too hard. So you tap the X. The photo stays in your gallery, unseen by the world. And somehow that feels better. It feels like you've kept a small piece of yourself safe. You haven't actually left social media. You still watch. You see the polished meals, you see the gym selfies, you see the deeply personal, heartfelt posts. Sometimes you even peek at the comments to see what people are saying, but you rarely like, you rarely comment, you never post. You might feel like the odd one out, but if we look at the numbers, you are actually the majority. Internet researchers call this the 1-9-90 rule. In any digital community, only 1% of people are actually creating content. About 9% are the editors who like and comment. And the other 90%, they are just like you. They are the lurkers. You belong to a massive, silent group of people who choose to observe rather than participate. You are like a guest at a party, leaning on the balcony. You hear the music, you see the crowd. You just don't feel the need to be on the dance floor anymore.
Sometimes it happens late at night. You're awake, you're alone with your thoughts. You open an app and start typing exactly how you feel. You are ready to be vulnerable. But then your thumb hovers over the screen. You think about the notifications. You think about the misunderstandings. You think about having to explain your mood to people you haven't spoken to in years. You realize that expressing yourself online has started to feel heavy. The weight of being perceived by hundreds of people is too much. So you delete the text. You keep the feeling to yourself. You've learned that not everything needs an audience to be real. People might say you're becoming antisocial. They might think you're cold or even depressed. But the truth is much more interesting. You are protecting your internal world. Psychologists call this evaluation apprehension. Every time you think about posting, your brain runs a subtle, lightning-fast calculation. How will this be interpreted? Will I look like I'm bragging? Will they truly understand what I mean? The moment you post, you stop fully living the moment. You start managing the image of the moment. By choosing not to post, you are reclaiming your own life. You've realized a profound truth. The proof of a good life isn't the post. The proof is the moment itself. Some memories are simply too valuable to be turned into content.
You aren't becoming a hermit. You are becoming a high self-sustaining observer. This isn't shyness or fear. It is a shift in where you get your validation. You used to need a like to feel like a moment was finished. Now, the experience is complete the moment it happens. You no longer need a digital receipt to prove you were there. You aren't disappearing. You're just stepping out of the frame so you can finally see the whole picture. You are trading 1,000 shallow digital connections for a few deep private realities. You've decided that your life is a story that doesn't need to be a public broadcast.
So I want to ask you honestly, why have you stopped posting? Is it because you finally feel free from the need to be liked? Or is it because you're tired of being misunderstood? Maybe it's a mix of both. Remember, you are part of that 90%. You aren't alone in your silence. Leave a comment below and let me know which side you fall on. I'll be reading, even if you're just here to observe.